riding through Gila National Forest. This is part 43 of our ride from Texas to California and back. In the mountains of New Mexico. We are riding New Mexico 152 east to Hillsboro. Entering Gila National Forest. Gila National Forest is in the Black Range. The steep mountains and thick forest, making it hard for sunlight to get through, give the Black Range its name. As we get deeper into the mountains, the forest will thicken. With little sunlight, the mountains look dark from a distance, and in the past were called the Devil's Range. Although it has been raining on and off today, I don't think this mud is fresh. With not that much traffic on the road, there is tire marks through the mud. I'm wondering if this road gets washed out in heavy rain. If you know, please comment below. The Black Range runs north-south. It is approximately 70 miles long and 18 miles wide, making up the eastern section of Gila National Forest. The elevation in the lower section of the forest is 4,200 feet. The highest peak is over 10,000 feet. The difference in the elevation giving the Black Range everything from desert to thick forest. To our right is Lower Gallinas Campground. It has been permanently closed. Passing a sign, warning of icy roads. The average low in the winter gets to 27 degrees. The average high in the summer is 74. We are here in July. It's overcast and rainy and in the low 70s. A few years ago, we camped with motorcycles near Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument. It got down to 17 that night. That was in November. I will add a link to the video. Gila National Forest is 3.3 million acres. The first wilderness area in the United States is Gila Wilderness area in Gila National Forest. A wilderness area means not changed by people. An area with no towns or roads, unlike a national forest. A wilderness area may be used by people, for example, hiking trails and non-motorized boats. It is usually an area where they are trying to protect something natural, for example, headwaters to a river, or endangered species. The National Wilderness Preservation System has over 109 acres of land in the United States. The Gila National Wilderness area is to the northwest of where we are now. The Aldo Leopold Wilderness is north of where we are riding. The Aldo Leopold Wilderness was created after the Gila Wilderness. We weren't sure if there was a good place to stop ahead, and we needed to change the GoPro battery. The sign on the right that says Emory Pass is misleading. The left turn is not referring to this little dirt road on the left here. It is referring to a left turn around the corner. There is parking on the right with the Emory Pass sign. To get to the Emory Pass Vista, where we're going now, is down the road that was on our left. We are passing some of the Mount Taylor Hotshots vehicles. The Mount Taylor Hotshots are Type 1 firefighters. This area is where the Silver Fire was in 2013. It was started by lightning and burned over 6,000 acres. Looking down at Kingston, which is less than 8 miles away. Highway 152 going down the mountain. I'm looking at the view. Highway 152, where we're going next. Continuing east towards Kingston. The parking at the pass is also used for Emory Pass Trail. This trail runs along the central ridge and goes the length of the Black Range. From this location, you can go north or south on the trail. Primitive camping is allowed on the trail, which is helpful as the trail will take several days to complete. Emory Pass is named after Lieutenant Emory of the United States Army. In 1846, Lieutenant Emory and the Army went through the pass, which was in Mexico at the time. Lieutenant Emory documented what he found on the pass and sent his scientific findings back to the U.S. government. The Gila National Forest is known for its dark skies. It is a popular place for stargazers to camp. The forest rangers have free dark sky photography classes. The United States Capitol's Christmas tree is cut from the Gila National Forest. The Forest Service has a few methods of timber management, including allowing the public to cut their own Christmas trees. Some animals that live in Gila National Forest include cougar, ringtail cat, bobcat, coyote, fox, deer, elk, and bear. Birds that live here include wild turkey, Mexican spotted owl, and peregrine falcon. The southern portion of the Black Range, which is where we're riding, is also called the Mimbres Mountains, named after the Mimbres people who first lived here. The Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument is one of the places the Mimbres people lived. We visited the cliff dwellings on a previous ride, and it is included on an earlier video. We were lucky. We had a tour guide who was very knowledgeable and took us in many of the cliff dwellings. Silver was found north and south of here in the 1870s. Silver and gold mines came to the area until the late 19th century. It isn't uncommon for hikers to be lost in Gila National Forest. The record for a hiker found alive was after 40 days in 2007. We are now leaving Gila National Forest. The town of Kingston. With its population of 32, some consider it a ghost town. In its heyday, it was a silver mining town with a stagecoach line and 23 saloons. To the left, there are deer in the campground. Different vibe to the town than when it was rumored to be one of the wild towns in the West, with characters like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid staying here. These pretty bridges in the canyons are one reason I'm glad we have GoPros. With nowhere to stop before and after the bridge to go back and take a photo, we still get the cool bridges on camera. We are continuing on Highway 152 East. We crisscross Little Persia Creek on the way to Hillsboro. The town of Hillsboro. Founded in 1877 thanks to nearby gold mines, Hillsboro used to have a population of over 1,000. Now with a population just over 100, but with many buildings on the National Register of Historic Places. Thanks for joining us on our ride through Gila National Forest. Please hit like, subscribe, and add any comments below. Hit the notifications bell to be notified for my next video. Check out my social media to follow my moto adventures.